Let us know about the labels of the government today. The government works at different levels: at the national level, at the state level, at district level, at block level, and finally at the panchayat or municipality levels. The real head of the government at the national level is the Prime Minister, and at the state level, the Chief Minister. The head of the district administration is the district collector or the district magistrate. Block Development Officer or BDO looks after the administration at the block level. The various powers of the government are divided and listed in our constitution. The list of powers and functions regarding the subjects on which only the national government can make laws is called the Union List. This list includes defense, railways, foreign relations, etc. The list of powers and functions pertaining to the state government is called the State List. And this list includes law and order, land reforms, excise tax, agriculture, health and sanitation. And both the government can make laws on subjects contained in the concurrent list. Means all the subjects on which both the central or state government can make law, these are kept in the concurrent list, and this list includes price control, education, etc. So not only there are various level of government, their subjects for making law are also divided into different lists or three lists: union list, state list and concurrent list. Now you can see here the different labels of the government. The first one is the national label. The national level government is also divided into three organs: the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. The part of legislature are the parliament. It is divided into two parts, the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and it makes laws for the country. Then comes the executive. The president, the vice president, the prime minister and council of ministers work as executives, and they execute the laws, administers the country. And the third part or third organ of the government is the judiciary. Supreme Court, High Court, subordinate courts work under judiciary, and they safeguard the constitution, interprets the laws and protect citizens' rights. In the same way, the state government is also divided into three organs: the legislature, the executive and judiciary. State legislature have two parts, the Vidhan Parishad and Vidhan Sabha. Executives, state executives are the governor, chief minister and his council of ministers, and judiciary work through high court and subordinate courts. So these are the two levels of the government. Another one is given in the next page. You can see here. This is the local government or rural three-tier Panchayati Raj system. The first tier is the Gram Panchayat, works under the Sarpanch and it work at village level. Second tier is the Panchayat Samiti. Its head is Block Development Officer and it work at block level. And the third tier is the Jila Parishad. The head of the Jila Parishad is the district magistrate and it work at district level. In the same way, the local self-governing bodies in the urban area are the municipal corporation in big cities, municipal committee in smaller towns, and containment boards and port trust, etc., in Nagar Panchayat, or the area just now, village area just now turned into the towns. They are called Nagar Panchayat, and there the containment boards are working as a government, local self-governing bodies. So in this way, you saw the different labels of the government in our country. Now let us see the types of government. Who gives power to the government to make and implement laws? In a democracy, it is people who elect their representatives to rule on their behalf. A democratic form of government is always responsible to the people. Abraham Lincoln, the American president during 1861 to 65, was a great champion of democracy. He defined democracy as a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. This means that the democratic government always functions for the welfare and progress of its people. It is responsible to the people. India, USA, UK, etc. are democracies. In this system, everybody is treated as equal. Here you can see the picture of Abraham Lincoln, one of the very famous American president, and he was a great champion of democracy. The definition of democracy given by him was became very famous, that just now you studied. Now another form of government is a monarchy. It is a hereditary system. A king or a queen is called a monarch. All the powers of the government are concentrated in the hands of the king. The king or the queen is the fountainhead of all legislative, executive, and judicial powers. He is responsible to nobody for his actions and decisions. Usually he has a small council of ministers as head of the various departments of the government. This body gives him advice and suggestions, but the king takes the final decision himself. United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia, etc., have monarchical form of government. Till recently, Nepal was a monarchy. Now it is a democracy. Yet another form of government is authoritarian or dictatorship. All powers of the government are concentrated in the hands of a particular individual called the dictator. Usually symbolic or farcical elections are held on a limited scale. There is the monopoly of a single party. As you might know, Hitler and Mussolini were powerful dictators of Germany and Italy, respectively. Means Hitler belonged to Germany and Mussolini belonged to Italy. The long-reigning dictator of Libya, Muammar Gaddafi, was deposed and killed by the people recently. In another significant event, the long-serving president of Egypt, Hosni Mubarak, was deposed and exiled recently. Myanmar, which was ruled by a military dictator, is heading on the path of democracy. Saddam Hussein was the dictator of Iraq. He was the head of Ba'ath Party, which monopolized power. Here you can see the picture of different dictators. Adolf Hitler was the most powerful dictator. Then Gaddafi belonged to Libya, and Hosni Mubarak was the president of Egypt. They all were deposed by the people of that country. Now, democratic governments. India is a great democracy. This was achieved after a long and painful struggle against the British. We won freedom from the British rule in August 1947. Indian Constitution came into effect on 26 January 1950. People in other countries of Asia and Africa have also struggled to have democracy. The main features of democracy is that people elect their representatives for a fixed period. These representatives make laws and govern the people. That is why democracy is called a government by the people, for the people, and of the people, and for the people. The word democracy is derived from the Greek word demos, which means people, and the word cracy means rule. Thus, democracy is the rule of the people. The roots of democracy in India go to very ancient times, that is 2600 years ago. Buddha and Mahavira were born in republics. Democratic government at present are called representative democracy. People do not participate directly in the process of governance but elect representatives through periodic elections. In our country, elections to the parliament and state assemblies are held every 5 years. Each and every citizen of India who has attained the age of 18 years and above has the right to vote in elections. This is called universal adult franchise. So that's all for today. In the next class, we will continue and read about the history of adult franchise. Thank you. Have a good day.